It's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's the Don. Chaz Evans here, checking out the hottest podcast in the world, the 3 Count Podcast.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man. Down know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how I fly him to the flow like. Hit him with a 3 count. And your boy real chicka real.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boy, your nephew, your cousin, the Capital Region's best kept secret and the world's greatest hater. It's the Don, Chaz Evans, and you're checking out the 3 Count Podcast debate show. Always with me, I got my 2 tag partners, my faction, my trios, the real AEW trios champions right here. All right, the 3 Count Podcast debate team. Introducing first, he is the landlord of the Dog Pound. He's the man that runs this show because, quite frankly, I don't do anything. All right. He's also the most professional, the most safest, and the most hardworking man in all of professional wrestling. He is the Red Dog, Cliff Miller.
Yeah, we already gonna get in trouble for all of this, man. Listen, it's the Air Force Veteran Intel Specialist. So when you call on when you need to get the job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog, and yeah, let's look. I'm not even gonna play around. Let's just keep it.
And introducing last but certainly not the least, that's Master Xehanort, all right? All my Kingdom Hearts fans, that's Master Xehanort in the flesh, okay? All right, he's the Dark Lord himself. He's the super villain, okay? He was there literally when the light touched darkness and it formed into 2 separate things. He was there. He watched it happen with his own 2 eyes. He saw cavemen. Okay, he was there when fire was made. All right, Damien Fatale, the supervillain. Trying to change it up.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, the reason why there was light, I dropped the candle.
That's a.
I was there. Oddly enough, I was there for that. Like I was traveling in time. I saw that happen.
A good one.
You just dropped the candle, bro. It was an accident.
So funny thing is this now, Cliff, you're gonna have to find some way to make that one of your time machine things.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna have to figure out a way of having Damien dropping the candle in the beginning days and you just there. Like you'll figure it out knowing you. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, welcome to the debate show. All right, if you have not already done so, here, okay, look, am I right? Am I pointing right?
Yeah, you got it right.
Oh, wonderful. So look, this is the all of our social medias, okay? Twitter, 3count_pod, Instagram, TikTok, 3 Count Pod, all one word. That's the number 3. We got a shop on Pro Wrestling Tees and for the 3 Count Podcast. So definitely go buy a shirt. Pro Wrestling Tees /3 Count Pod. That's the number 3. Don't you dare type in THREE. All right. Also check out my merch shop, Pure Ignorance merch shop, for your wear /Pure Ignorance. Same thing for Red Dog. Check out his merch. All of his merch is there. He just said, yeah, I'm just gonna drop my whole collection on y'all. And yeah. Listen, I was shocked when I saw everything was up there. I didn't know you were gonna do that.
Yeah.
I
just thought like between like Pro Wrestling Tees, What a Maneuver, it only made sense to go with For Your Wear as well. And then, like, I didn't want people to feel like, well, how come I can get these shirts on this side, but I can't get them on this side? I'm like, nah, you get them all. But you do get them in, like, 3 different colors, though. Like, I don't know if you saw that or not. You can get them red, white, and black, or even, like, one of the sweatshirts is gray, white, and black. So there's varieties there where, like, you know, What a Maneuver and Pro Wrestling Tees were like, you get 1 color. And I was like, well, I want 3. And so there I was like, let me get those.
Now, definitely shout out to For Your Wear. Definitely making big moves as far as like a platform for wrestling personalities, wrestlers, podcasts, period. Just the wrestling community, definitely giving a platform so we can get out our merch to the masses. Definitely go check out that GTA shirt, that Pure Ignorance. You know, greatest team alive. Did you see that, Damon? Did you see that shirt that we dropped?
Yeah, you're getting it for me for Christmas.
I saw that. I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Until
Cliff, let us know what's going on with now entering the ring.
I'll text you.
I was
I'll
like,
text you my
I was
address.
it was a Christmas bonus, but all right.
There you
Christmas.
go. Christmas bonus. I'll send you my address.
It was the first Christmas bonus I thought was gonna get out there, but all right, yeah, no. I saw the quick height of everything. All right, bet. Yeah. So let's talk about what's going on in studio. You know, I don't even know what to call it. 3CP2B. I don't know. Anyway, so let's
I
talk about
thought
what's
you
going
were
on.
going to say. I really thought you were going to say Studio 22. Not even going to flex. I was like, that's cool how you did that for Jeremy.
And then
Oh yeah, and Dino was a part of Studio 22, didn't he?
yeah, I was like, he was the
Wow.
other person. Like he was the other part. You go.
That's
I'm gonna
fact.
tell him.
He was the other
Cut that
half,
out.
bro.
Send that right over to him.
You're right. I'm sorry. It's just that
We
man's
had them both on the podcast at the same time.
look, and no disrespect to Studio 22, but that man Andino, okay, that chocolate city champion, he's making big waves, and it's like I'm not gonna say that because that's so bad. Anyway, yeah, tell him about now entering the ring.
Yeah, so let's talk about what's going on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, actually. So we have 3 episodes that are going to get dropped for you guys. So on Tuesday, you guys are going to get Taryn from accounting, who, crazy enough, was our first Canadian guest outside of Chris Van Vliet, who obviously is from Canada, right?
I was about to say Chris.
Chris lives in the U.S., right? That's why I made that known.
Okay,
But
all right.
Taryn from accounting, she was actually our first Canadian guest. And then on Wednesday, you guys are actually getting now entering 201 with, depending on where you're at, the Red Prince, the Red Kang, as he likes to be called now. TJ Sykes will also be joining us for 201. And then on Thursday, you guys are actually going to get our second currently living in Canada guest, the Hater Heartthrob himself, Adam Ryder. So you guys be on the lookout for those 3 episodes that you guys are going to be getting this week. So we're hyped for all of them.
That's what I like to hear. So make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel so you can catch the visuals for that. Also, you are subscribed to our Spotify for our podcast listeners. Make sure you subscribe. If it's a podcast site, we're on there. Okay, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, podcast.com. Make sure you tune in and get with what's going on here on the 3 Count Podcast. All right. Let's switch things up. Let's start with temp check. Let's go right off the bat. Temp check. All right. Hottest, coldest wrestler going into this week. I got my hottest wrestler already. So, who you got, Damien?
Sami Zayn.
That's a good pick.
It's a great pick.
That's
Good
a good
answer. Good answer.
Like we were Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, Sammy.
Survey says, ding.
I don't know, like that whole promo and this even leading up to it, like he's been, I don't know, he's been very entertaining in that spot.
Yeah. You got a cold wrestler?
I already know.
He's gonna take my joke.
Yep, 100%. Just
Be nice.
But it's okay. I took the joke from Justin.
90% of the AEW roster.
Okay.
Like there's a big chunk of them. There's like a small little group of them that are good, but like most of that roster, man.
We might end up getting to talk about what just popped in my mind. We're talking about the roster in our second topic. We may get to that because it's crazy because I was listening. Crazy enough, I haven't listened to Cornette in a couple of months.
Right.
But I was listening to Cornette this past week and hearing him talk about the hold on, fam. I have a guest here. Cliff, take it over.
All right. So I guess I'll hop through it and just kind of talk about my hottest wrestler and my coldest wrestler while, Chaz just leaves mid broadcast. I'm gonna go ahead and say my hottest wrestler of the week. It's got to be Wheeler Yuta. Like the momentum that they've been putting behind him from last week to this week, and then even to the end of the show. I'm thoroughly behind it. I'm entertained. I want to see what this match looks like. I mean, I don't doubt that MJF is gonna win. But it's just cool to see Wheeler Yuta kind of get the push, like in that direction. Like, hey, we want to feature you in this match, and we want to get you over as like a credible threat to MJF. So I definitely like that. I'm definitely behind it. Coldest wrestler of the week. Man, it's tough because there's a lot of wrestlers I'm just kind of like watching, and I'm like, I don't really know who to really kind of pick at for it. And I don't know if I would really say like there's one out there in particular, but I don't know. I may lean towards I love all of his work. When he's on screen, he is electric. But Mustafa Ali, you are chilled out, my man. Like, you are ice cold.
Didn't he wrestle AJ and lost? That wasn't the last time he's been on Raw. Didn't he wrestle AJ?
Yeah, well, he had a triple threat, right? With
but I
Miz?
thought he wrestled one other time after that.
Yeah, I thought he wrestled AJ on a singles match.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And we have not seen this man since. And it's not his fault. I know that. But it's like, like you were building up this little momentum. Yeah, you were building up all this like momentum. And then like, I'm going to be honest, that promo that he cut, that he released by himself, right? Where he was giving like the presidential speech, like that thing.
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
And WWE just never got behind it. And I was like, come on, man. Like, that was so good. But yeah, unfortunately,
I blame his mouth. He might be a little too outspoken sometimes.
Maybe.
But
that's gonna be my problem.
Like, all around, he's great.
That's definitely gonna be my problem.
Yeah, you gotta learn to button that, bro.
Yes.
You gotta choose the correct hill to die on.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I'm ready to die on every hill. That's just who's your hottest wrestler, Cliff?
Oh, I said Wheeler Yuta.
Wheeler Yuta. Okay.
Yeah.
My hottest wrestler.
Like
Yeah, I do too. Facts. I definitely I like Wheeler Yuta. My hottest wrestler going into this week is the Red Dog.
Yo.
Okay.
I had this feeling that was gonna happen.
That's the Red Dog, man. Listen,
yeah, you gotta give some explanation right there.
Well, I mean, when you put on a fire ass main event against the Red Prince in Pittsburgh, listen. Not only and then on the Friday, the night before, you win. Didn't you win? Weren't you first? And didn't you win?
Yeah, I had the opening match at IW.
Yeah, bro. My man Red Dog is out here killing the game. All right, he's about to go in, and then then I think next Saturday he's got a match. Right, he's gonna win that match. Then don't you got another match the next day too on that Sunday? Aren't you booked every weekend in October?
Yeah, so we'll almost every weekend, because I had a booking, remember, and then that whole thing. So anyway, so I'm the 15th and the 16th. I'll be.
Yep, you're booked.
Yeah, I'm booked.
Well, you're not booked on the 15th because
Yeah. No, I'm booked. So what is it? The 15th is actually. Oh yeah, we're suspended.
Yeah, we're not.
Oh goddamn, dude! I just realized.
Yeah,
out there that has an opening on October 15th. You know
what facts is? We're definitely. I thought about it too. We're definitely also suspended. I forgot.
That's why I low key. I'm thinking about everybody put. There's a post on Twitter about how professional I am, and I'm like, yo, I'm suspended from a company for that. What do you mean?
Oh, but yeah, no, Red Dog's my
Cliff's
hottest.
not.
No, Cliff's not. Red Dog's a different story.
Red Dog's a different story.
Red Dog's a different story. But anyway, Red Dog's my hottest wrestler going into the week for more reasons than not. My coldest wrestler, Sean Spears. Has anyone seen Sean Spears?
Is he still alive?
I don't know. I mean, last I heard of him, his squeeze was pregnant. He knocked her up. So
Oh, she's stuck with him now.
yeah, I think they're married though. I think they are actually married.
Is she still wearing the pants?
I mean, probably so. I mean, if you have Tully on your butt cheeks on live television, listen, there's no way
It
you.
wasn't on his butt cheeks.
It wasn't. It was on his crotch.
Yeah, it's crap.
That makes it even worse. My memory, I remember of it being on his cheekies. I guess it's not. Darn, that makes it even worse now. That it was on his crotch.
That poor man.
Oh man, that beginning stages of Sean Spears. Jeez. All righty.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to the first debate topic. All right, simple. Listen, it's been happening for weeks. The QR codes have been popping up. There have been different signs being just thrown all in. Like MJF's a good one.
That is Glacier.
I like that one.
I like that one too. But the QR codes, everything, we've seen them. We all know the White Rabbit is coming. So let's talk about it. Who's the White Rabbit?
We know who it is.
If it's not Bray Wyatt. Because yeah, I mean, we can say we know who it is, but guess what? We really don't know.
It'll be the biggest disappointment. It'd be almost like the Red Rooster incident.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That was the biggest disappointment as a child. I just want to let you know that.
So I've heard.
I saw it happen live. All those kids that in the arena that had that face, like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, I had that too, at home. I was like, wow,
that's funny. Yeah. But yeah, who's the red rabbit? Now you got me saying who's the red rabbit? Who's the white rabbit? I mean, I know who the red rabbit is.
Oh, I don't know who it would be. It would have to be a big deal, dude.
That's the thing. Yeah.
After like all of this, like, and they've gone like really, really detailed in this situation. Because like there's so much involved now. Like a lot. Like they got another company involved from what I hear. Like I guess the last set of clues like drops a phone number. And if you call it, it's like I think it's like some kind of like record label. And like if you say a certain phrase, they repeat another phrase back to you.
What? That's a new one.
So
I
if you
I miss the QR codes all the time live because like it always happened when the stuff that I don't pay attention to. Yeah, like Friday Night SmackDown was the one after the Karrion Kross and Drew hype video. Yeah, that's when I went to go get up and like to get me something to drink. I was like, oh yeah, I don't need to see this.
But that's the point of them doing it. They're like,
I know.
Like where you like might not catch it always.
But I saw the sign of that says reveal and what you know. Like I saw that though.
Oh God, if it's Enzo, I quit watching wrestling. Just letting you know that. But yeah, if you call the record company and say feed your head, they repeat let him in.
Really?
Actually, I'm not.
I don't want it to be. Here's the thing. I don't want it to be the Fiend. I
kind of feel you on that too.
I think we need to just let the Fiend go. No, we need to let him go. I knew you were gonna do that. I set myself up for that one, but no, we need to let it go.
It's like
they killed it. They killed it.
Yeah, they can fix it.
No, they can't. How you gonna fix it? How you gonna fix it? How we gonna fix it?
Do it the right way.
How are we gonna do that? We killed it. We killed it. No, like we legitimately killed it. Orton killed him.
Orton lit him on fire. He came back. They had like a match, and then he hit him with the RKO, and then we just haven't seen him since. But Bray Wyatt did come back, and he did a promo the next night on Raw, and then just like it just faded off. Like it didn't end. Like, so I'm not saying that it can't come back.
Seth said it the other in an interview. It was like, you saw what he said? Yeah. And it just opened a perspective I didn't think about. I was like, yeah, that's a lose-lose situation as far as if you're facing the Fiend. Like, just think about. Let's just put fantasy, but let's just say with the Fiend. Let's say it is the Fiend, right? Fiend comes back. Let's just say we're doing Fiend versus who's somebody big right now that's in WWE.
Ricochet.
Ricochet, right? He's what? No.
Yeah, I know. I just knew that you were gonna go with it if I just fed it to you. So that's why I was like, yeah,
oh, I was about to go with it. I was like, yeah, Ricochet.
I guess Drew.
I was going to say Drew before he said Ricochet. Drew was about to come out.
Or Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby. No, yes, perfect. I rather use Bobby. Let's use Bobby. Let's say Fiend versus Bobby Lashley, right? For the United States title, since he's the United States title. You're backing yourself in a corner because the Fiend can't lose, right? If we're gonna do it right, if we're gonna do it correctly, Fiend can't lose to Bobby. Not to say that Bobby can't beat the Fiend, but that defeats like the character, the gimmick.
Yeah,
so
I like this answer. I'm going with
Veer Mahan. So I had it before, and when the clues first started coming out, I thought it was Veer. I was like, oh, it's gonna be something like that, and he's got a whole character change. Tyler, a lot of interesting things happened today.
Yes, they did.
So I thought it was Veer, but as the clues went on, I was like, oh no, it's not him.
I don't know who it would be. That's the thing. Like,
if it's not Bray, right? I agree with
it. Has to be a huge deal. Like, I don't know. They dug up Yokozuna. I'm just saying it's got to be a big deal, my dude. Like, huge.
What if it is The Rock? Hear me out. What if it is The Rock?
Then
it's a weird way about going about it.
It is. I mean, but think about it. What if it is The Rock?
Well, okay. Here's my problem with it being The Rock, right? If it's not Bray, right? Like the whole like who destroyed the world, like to feed your head and stuff like that. Like it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Like,
so what if it's Kane? What if it's Taker?
I would, what?
What if it's Karrion Kross?
I would, what?
Okay, it's all been a ploy.
Let's be real. Because he was White Rabbit in Lucha, I would definitely that was gonna be my guy, right? But I kind of want to take this another route. What if it's EC3?
So there's another one I had in my mind too.
Mine too.
Like so the funny thing is this, I was thinking about the control your narrative folks. And I was like, all right, well, who's over there that, wouldn't mind coming back? And I'm like, what if it's EC3? Yeah. Like, why not? I mean, Braun's there.
I'd rather be Arquette than Enzo, just to let you know.
It's just like, just think about it. Like, because I think I think everyone's fixated on it being Bray, whereas like we're not thinking of anybody else that it could be. We're just like, no, it's Bray, it's Bray, it's Bray, it's Bray. And like, I kind of don't want it to be Bray because I love seeing people be disappointed.
No, I'd find it funny if it wasn't. Like, I wouldn't get mad if it wasn't. It'd be fucking hilarious.
Right. I wouldn't get mad either, but
the clues are just too.
So Raven's he's being inducted in the Hall of Fame, the TNA Hall of Fame. I know that.
Is he dead?
No, he's not. No, he's not dead. Actually,
he's not. That nigga's still alive?
Yes, he's still alive.
Oh damn.
Only reason I know he's being Hall of Fame, I listened to Busted Open this week, and they were talking that Tommy Dreamer was talking about Raven and how he's being inducted in the Impact Hall of Fame.
He deserves it.
I don't know who IP is. I don't know who that is. I don't know. I don't know what Richard Golden is talking about, folks. I don't have the Don's alter ego is Charles Evans. I don't know who Ip is. IP Man. I like that movie.
Yeah, Ip Man.
That is a good movie.
It is.
It was a nice, good series.
One of my favorite martial arts movies.
Hey, I'm not
Do you
gonna
have
lie.
an-
Like one of
Yeah, a
my
couple
favorite
of
things to
them.
do. So like my daughter and I will go walking around. Like we talk about It Man now, so that's why I want to bring this up. So we'll go around Walmart and shit, and like I low key will be looking at my daughter like, "Hey yo," and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, and just like hit her randomly and, and just watch people's faces. So just throw these punches at her shoulder and be like, "What the hell?" And she's like, "Stop it, Dad." I'd be like, "Okay."
That's funny.
But I do
That's
it now, and my dog goes ape shit. Like she just freaks out. So she jumps at me, she nips me in the ankle and stuff. I'm like,
Like, stop that. You
Dad,
better,
knock it off.
you
No
better calm
harm.
down with that. You better calm down with that. You better slow your roll there, dog.
Exactly. She's like, I'm the dog of this house. I'm like, first of all, I will punch you out my house and then bring you back because I don't want you to be alone.
Right. But not like who else? Anybody? Let's throw some other names out there.
Someone says Kevin Thorne.
He's still alive.
I didn't want to say that. I don't like to. I don't want to assume that every person that I haven't seen since 2007 on
I
TV
am.
is dead.
No, I am. So yeah, a
I
lot of
don't
no, a lot of them died when they got released.
I'm
like
gonna
I
say, I'm gonna
Like
say,
what was
I'm
it,
just gonna say it could
the
be
former
Keanu
queen's
Reeves.
husband? Remember how he was dead for like the past 10 years before he died? What, am I wrong? That nigga was dead. He was a zombie.
All righty. What'd you say, Cliff?
Oh, I was like, I'm gonna go with Neo and take Keanu Reeves.
I was about to say from the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's not a bad choice with given the circumstances and all that. That's not a.
Hey man, it's the White Rabbit. Like you got to follow the White Rabbit.
I just don't think it's Bray. I think they've made it so obvious that it's Bray.
Oh, you know who was someone else that got named to me? Joe Gacy.
That's a good one. That's understandable.
I can see that.
That yes,
Getting his
I
claw
like
up.
that. That's interesting. That's really interesting,
It just
actually.
like
People
as I was
be
thinking about it, I
really
forgot that
butthurt,
clip.
right?
Sabu.
Is that nigga still alive?
So
He
he is alive. Yes.
He's still alive.
Can he walk?
Yes, he can
Yes,
walk.
he can walk.
He get crazy enough. He
He
can still move.
works. He can
Yeah.
still work. He can still work.
Oh, can he?
Yeah. I think a couple months ago I saw something. He was. This is like, and it wasn't like this year he done it. It was like a couple of years, but a couple years old. But homie was still moving like it was
Okay.
1997.
Look. I mean, only reason I asked if he could still walk is because you saw what he did in the 90s.
I did, yes. Listen. Teenage. When ECW was brought to my attention, I did all the digging and all the research.
That man was dangerous to himself. Not even to anybody else. It was to himself.
Yeah. It was something.
Well,
it was something.
I'm happy you're doing good, buddy. Keep up the good work.
JJ used to, as a child,
chill.
he would go.
Keith out here saying D'Lo Brown and aces and eights.
Let me tell you something. I'd pop for that. I'd pop for aces and eights to show up in WWE. I'd pop for that.
They can combat with Judgment Day.
Exactly. Bring me Bully Ray. Bring me D'Lo Brown. Bring me Ken Anderson. Give me Doc, bro. Give me all.
Wouldn't it be like the Ministry versus the Disciples of Apocalypse from like the late 90s?
Yeah,
I wasn't born. Well, I mean, I was born. But
well, so he wouldn't. I mean, he's not gonna remember when it was like gang warfare, but like Los Boricuas.
Yeah, them too.
Yeah, they're all in there too. Like DX.
Yeah, it was like the Nation was in there.
I remember the Nation and DX. Yeah.
Oh no, it got to the point where there was like 7, 8 different groups, and they're just beating the shit out of each other
during that time frame.
Yeah. So how it worked out, right, was that it was like DX had their thing, and then the ministry was there, right? But then you also had the nation, right? And in the nation kind of expanded with some other members, and then those members left. So Savio Vega left, and he made his own group called Los Boricuas. And then I forget who the other dude was. Crush left, and then he created Disciples of Apocalypse that were supposed to be related to the Undertaker because like reasons I don't know, but anyway, you end up having like 6 or 7 different.
So the one, I believe it's Crush's younger brother in real life. He was the fake Undertaker.
There you go, and then like
group with the Harris and
so
Crush.
you had all these different factions that were like fighting against each other, and it was very entertaining for the small 4 months that it was around.
Yeah, they were trying to kill each other.
That's funny.
Because because the Hart Dynasty had just like fallen apart, and Brett was in WCW, and so like Owen was trying to find his thing, so he had joined up with like the Nation.
He did.
Like, I remember when Owen was with the Nation. Yes.
Yep, that was all that was like stemming from.
It was nuts. It was anarchy.
Yeah, if you weren't in a gang, you weren't cool.
Fact, legit. All of our people watching, and for our listeners, type in the comments who is the White Rabbit. All about my podcast listeners, make sure you tag 3 Count Podcast hashtag who is the White Rabbit. Let us know who you think it could be. Yo,
yeah,
I thought about that too. Bo
Dallas. That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
I could,
and that could lead into Bray coming back.
Exactly.
And then that'd be sick.
Imagine him come back and be like, all you got to do is Bo leave, and then like just all of a sudden the lights shut off, and then he just gets attacked from behind. Yep.
That'd be something.
Hey, 2300 Wrestling Podcast in a building. What's up?
What's good? You're the White Rabbit. I knew it. I knew it.
DB Richards out here watching the show.
I knew it was you. I knew it. I knew it from the second QR code that was you. All righty, here we go. Let's move on to match of the week. Match of the week. I need to get a theme song for that. All right, Red Dog, match of the week.
So I'm gonna be pretty quick about this. Juice Robinson and John Moxley.
Mm-hmm. That was a good match.
I love that match. I thought it was great, and it was a great way to end. I don't want to say subpar, but it was just not a very good Dynamite this week.
Dynamite was a big old mid.
But it had to be because I mean, with the hurricane and stuff, like it definitely wasn't.
Well, yeah, absolutely, yes. Given the circumstances, yes.
So yeah, but I love that match. So Moxie and Finland, let's go. Let me get Juice.
All right, Damien, what you got? Match of the week.
Being able to forget that there was horrible wrestling on almost every show. Like, I don't know. This week was really, it was weird.
Yeah, I mean, this is the
like,
week.
It wasn't really. It was like decent wrestling. Like I get, like you would see at a house show. That's what it felt like. It felt like all TV this week was like a house show.
That's fair.
Like that's kind of how. Like I'm not saying the matches were bad, but like I can't pick out one that stands out to me. I guess
I got one for you.
What?
Solo and Sami Zayn versus Madcap Mouse and Uncle Ricochet. That was a listen. No. That tag match was on point. It was on point.
Everybody played their part. I would give them that.
Yes, I think everything was solid. I really enjoyed it. I called Cliff. I was like, bro, this is my match of the week. I was like, this. I don't know. I was like, I really like this. Nothing else all week has like given me anything to go, ooh. But that tag match, Yeah, that was fire. Nothing else went.
Like I said, like that's how I felt. Like I don't know. Like the match could have been better, but I guess they just gave us what they needed to give us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was like, that was the opening of SmackDown too.
So
Yeah.
it's one of those where it's like,
Yeah, it was the opening match. So, yeah,
can we please get Liv Morgan off TV?
no,
No.
Why?
And do what with her?
I don't know. I feel like she's doing more harm to herself as champion right now.
So I
know that sounds mean.
Yeah, no, it's not. No. I understand where you're coming from. Like, don't like I understand
they're not giving her the right people to face.
that. Yes, I don't think they're giving her the right material.
That too.
I think that's the case. I don't think it's the opponents. Yeah, I think it's just
no, it's the opponents too.
But what you call it? Who did she face last week? Last Friday. Who did she put through the table? Last week?
Oh, Lacey Evans.
No. Okay, all right. Look, if she was feuding with Lacey instead of Ronda, that would be better. That was just kind of one-off kind of situation where, in my opinion, it didn't really give Lacey that opportunity to shine.
Right.
Because Lacey's good.
Yeah.
That would have been right there. That would have been a great first feud for her to get through for a couple of premium live events. And like to build her, not give her Shayna, because hands down, Shayna should have fucking mopped the floor with her.
I agree.
That victory was like, it was executed okay, but it was at the same time, it was like, really though? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Ronda. So it's like, it's bad opponents for her, and it doesn't feel believable.
I get you on that. I get you that. I will say it's just the Liv as champion for me. It's been like it's like a roller coaster. There are days where I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, good, and I'm like, what the fuck?
See, I don't feel like the roller coaster.
I'm happy she won.
Yeah, I was gonna say the roller coaster for me hasn't been like highs and lows. It's just been like she won on a high, and then they brought it down, and then like they just give like little bumps. Like I haven't felt like she's like, I don't know if it's kind of a little mix between like everything, right? Like she's not really getting the right material to help like accentuate her character, but then like on the opponent side of things, like they're trying to, but it's like, I don't know, it's really weird because like I know like for me, like as far as like a performer, like if I'm not in with like the right veteran, like I can make someone just look awkward, right?
Right.
You got to find like the right vets who can pull that stuff out of you, right? So this would be a time where like I would put a program together with her and Natalya, because
that's a good person for her to start with.
I agree.
That should have been Ronda leaves, and then Shayna like could be built up as like that person who's going to dethrone Liv like as a back burner, but Natalya got to be that first person because she has that ability to draw like, hey, here's like a down period, like get your character work over.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I like about Natalya. It goes back, we were talking about this last week, where like Natalya is like, she's been like the steady hand for like the last.
She's the constant.
Yeah.
She's the gatekeeper.
Yeah, she is the like for the past like 15 years, literally, almost.
My thing is, if they had like you said, if they had waited to give her Shayna and Ronda and gave her two opponents before then. So okay,
so do you think? So all right, let's go with. So she wins. She beats Ronda. She beats Ronda. Do you think we go straight to? Let's just say we go to Lacey then. Would you go to Lacey or would you go Natalya, and then give her Ronda? Because here's the thing. Let's keep it $150.
Give her
Ronda and Liv, as far as in the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, is the money match. Like that's regardless of how we say and we look at it. Like that's the match. You put them two in a in the extreme rules. That's
That can go either way though. That's the thing.
I just feel like that's the match. If we're going into extreme rules, it need to be Ronda. I don't see any.
Well, of course it better.
Whereas looking as Liv going into it, where it's like, oh yeah, Liv might not win. Because let's be real. We put Liv up there against what you call it, the Natty and Lacey. We're not gonna think she's winning. Like she's losing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that would have made it that much better if she had to face Natty first, then Lacey, then Shayna, and then
Ronda.
Give her Ronda. It would be more believable that she would go in there and have a fighting chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like, all right, she beat these people. I say, like I said, give her Natty first so she can learn some shit, and like you said, build up her credibility. And then you give her somebody like Lacey where, all right, now she's got some work in with Natty and has a sense of what to do. Then her and Lacey can go and set it on fire. Then you get her to squeak past, Shayna. And then you got a believable her going into Extreme Rules versus Ronda.
So we had a couple people, like Keith kind of agrees with us. He says Natty first. And then Mr. Golden said Nikki ASH, and absolutely not. I like Nikki. I love Nikki, but absolutely not. I do not want to see Liv Morgan versus Nikki ASH in a one-on-one for the Women's SmackDown title.
I don't.
Absolutely not. And it just goes back to that same thing, man. It's just Nikki right now, right at this moment. I think Nikki is still learning how to pull out all like the extra character work from like other people, because she could clearly do it for herself, but it's trying to get everybody else to kind of like follow lead and be like, hey, like do this, let's get that. And I just don't think she's there just yet, and that's not fair for me to say because she's been in this way longer than I've ever been in this. But I just think that there are people who can do it a lot better, and I don't know if Nikki is one of those people just yet.
No, because I feel like she's still trying to find her way on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she's never been able to do it, but we're talking, this is like a whole different level at the end of the day.
Yeah. Because
it's
like,
a whole different monster.
Even right now, like she's still trying to master this like heel character that she has.
Yeah.
And they're not really even giving her a chance to like hone that skill in on like what Nikki ASH as a heel is versus what she was as a face.
True.
And I think right now, if I would have done this, if it would have been me, if I had the pencil, I would have done. You like what I did there?
I did. I wasn't gonna acknowledge it. I'm not gonna acknowledge it.
I would have done Natty. I would have had Natty first up, right, against Liv.
Mm-hmm.
I would have then gone with Lacey Evans, right? And then I would have actually I probably, knowing what I know now, and like who's like coming in, to be funny, I would have given her like a short program with Shotzi Blackheart. And then I would have gone to Shayna and then gone to Ronda.
Nah, Shotzi.
Yeah, do Shotzi like on SmackDown for like
Shotzi's the face now. Shotzi's the face now.
She is now.
But I'm just saying, like
they tank back. I thought that was kind of dope. I was like, oh,
they could have done something. Still, with her being the face, they still could have done something. A short program that would have helped her.
I agree. Yeah, something small that. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
You kind of tease that whole idea that hey, like Shotzi could win this, but you at least know that she's on this level of being like in this same level of title picture.
Right.
That would have helped her.
Yeah.
All right.
But hey, it is what it is, right?
This wasn't even the topic. We started talking about Liv.
I know, right? My bad.
All right. Let's move on to the next topic, the actual topic, that is. All right, so Chris Jericho, the Ocho,
Ew.
the Ocho. So with Jericho winning his 8th world title, does this solidify Jericho as the greatest of all time? Does it like that's just
Fuck off. Yes. All yes. 100% yes. And,
I can't.
and
I gotta
for those who are
disagree.
wondering how I started out as a fuck off, yes, because 100% I stood by on this same program like 2 months ago and legit said that he is the GOAT. And I'm still standing by. He didn't even need the Ocho to be solidified as the GOAT. Yes, he's the GOAT. He will always be the GOAT. As for me right now, I can't even fight it, bro. Like, yes, 100%. Like, he is doing like he's doing some great work right now. Is it his complete best work? Maybe not, but his character work is like still on high. He's got 8 championships now. He's held in what? He's held titles now in we'll call it 4 major promotions, right? I mean, what else does this man need to do?
3 major promotions.
WCW, WWE, New Japan, and Ring of Honor.
I don't
Let's
count
not
Ring
play like Ring of Honor is not that well. It's this Ring of Honor, maybe not that same promotion, but
Was.
it is still Ring of Honor.
Was. He won a championship of a company that doesn't really exist.
It doesn't exist, bro. That's
Damien, do you know what happens when you don't acknowledge Chris Jericho as the GOAT?
what?
Do you know what happens?
What is he about to put up on the screen?
You just made the list.
Oh my gosh! I
You
thought
know
he
what?
was.
You know what? I'll take that. I'll take it.
I
I'll
thought
be in that list.
I thought he was gonna put something on the screen. I thought something was about to pop up.
Look, fuck Chris Jericho.
This comment.
Oh my gosh!
Fuck Chris Jericho.
No, it's so 5 years late.
Who cares?
Yeah,
It's still
shit.
great.
Now I will agree with you, Cliff. The character work is entertaining and it's really, really good. It's on point. If he would only just talk and do promos.
Yo, but he looks really good too right now.
I feel so bad for Claudio. That like why couldn't he put Claudio over? Seriously. That makes him a GOAT. He is at that point where he need to be putting these kids over.
You know what, Keith? That's so true. Jericho always wins the belt when the company is dead. You got a good point. You got.
He does. Like, why did he need that? Why?
What, the ROH belt? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's all.
So
That's all. I mean, hey, let's keep it a buck, right? Let's keep it a buck. Does Sheamus really need to win the Intercontinental title? Like, does he really need to win the Intercontinental title?
No, he actually doesn't.
He doesn't. But guess what's going to happen?
He's probably going to win the
He's
Intercontinental
going to win the
Championship.
Intercontinental title, and he's going to go down as a Grand Slam champion.
It makes sense because of the fact that the story that they're building to that with that. This was not a story.
But no one. But listen, if you were looking at Sheamus, you would have just assumed that he had won the Intercontinental title.
Agreed.
No one would have ever like what? Like he's never won it. But I'm just like, hey, just let it go. Like Jericho winning the ROH title, did he need to win it? Nah. Did he? Is it cool that he won it? Nah, it's up for debate, and I'll be one on my side. Yes.
See, that's the thing. But when we talk, but here's the thing: when you think of Chris Jericho, you're not gonna think that like, oh, didn't he win the ROH title? No. So that's that. So the whole Sheamus comparison, sir, I gotta go. Yeah.
He's the premier in sports entertainment.
I think so. Here's the thing. Does it solidify Jericho as the GOAT? As the GOAT? No. I don't. Not the GOAT. Is he a GOAT? Sure, he's a GOAT. He can be a GOAT. But I don't think he's the GOAT.
No, he's definitely not the GOAT.
No, it's just
still holding on to that. I'm still gonna be like, nah, he is the GOAT.
Nah, man. I didn't like it. It just why? I just get a big old question mark every time I see him with the belt. It's just you know that meme where the guy it freezes and he's got the question mark. He makes the face like, huh?
First of all, good sir, sorry, I am have to interrupt.
Who?
Blasphemy.
If you don't, I don't know if he's top 15 as far. He's talking about Jericho top 15.
Yo, that cannot be.
Keith. I'm gonna give you your belt back, bro.
Damn.
What? He's the GOAT and y'all are sheep. That's fine. Wait a minute. Wait. Keith, what? Jericho not top 15?
You. Yeah, that's crazy. Top 15? No.
Nah. Top 20 maybe.
Yeah, he says top 15 of all time. Like, yeah, he put it in. I'm gonna post it up right now.
I'm in awe. I'm shocked.
Keith, I'm gonna need your top 15 wrestlers if he's not in the top 15.
I was about to say, like,
or
we're gonna have a nice.
Or the past 20 years. Oh, that was the first that just popped up. Yeah, that's blasphemy right there. If he's not in your top 15 in the past 20 years, yeah.
Oh, nah.
Well,
so
okay.
We're looking from 2000 from the past 20 years. So from 2002 to now. Oh no, absolutely. Jericho's in the top 10.
Yeah, no, definitely top 10.
Well, if we're going over the past 20 years, yes, top 10.
Longevity and consistency.
No.
Longevity.
You can argue you can argue the top 5. You can argue that. I'll give you that. You can argue him in the top 5. But it is a definite that he is in the top 10. He's not going past 10.
Hey, don't worry. Hey, yo, Keith, you're gonna have to answer to this. All right, we're gonna find you in March. You're gonna have to answer up to this.
Nah, we're gonna have a legit conversation because I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued now. So like when we do see him in March, I'm like before I do anything, like
I'm not gonna add you. I'm just gonna find you.
Like I'm just gonna sit down and be like, all right, pal, Jericho, like let's talk about it. But yeah, the Jericho, he's not the GOAT. He's a GOAT, yes. Jericho, the stuff that he's done, Shawn Michaels, Flair, Hogan, Brett, all better than Jericho. Hogan, no, not better than Jericho. I don't care what Hogan's done. I don't care. I don't care. Each of vitamin, no, he's not better than Jericho. No.
I don't know. That character iconic, bro.
That's fine.
That's wild.
That's fine. The character can be iconic. Doesn't mean it's better.
I feel like you're being personal.
I probably am, but even then, even before I knew that Hulk Hogan was a racist piece of crap, I didn't like Hulk Hogan to begin with. So
I like Hollywood Hogan.
Hogan was the only cool thing, and that's because he was wearing black.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the
only thing about Hollywood Hogan that was cool is because he was wearing black.
You saw the Hogan era after the fact. I lived through it.
Exactly. So you have bias because you lived through it.
No, it's not being biased. I was never a Hogan fan.
You was a Savage fan?
Of course, hands down.
This is a smart man. That's why I love you.
Piper.
That's why you're my big brother. That's why you're my big brother. That's why you my big brother, OG.
but like for real, like just seeing how everybody else reacted to the man, like like he's got to be up there, bro. Yeah, he might not seem like he did a lot, but he did do a lot in his matches. So the one thing about Hollywood Hogan is that and Hogan, right, is that they told it was essentially the same stories. If you pay attention, it was the same stories. Regardless, it was Goliath versus David and Goliath, or if it was just two babies trying to get over a heel baby dynamic. The one thing about Hogan was that his stories all kind of came off the same. It was just a simple match, and it was just repetitive. We knew exactly what was going to happen, when it was going to happen, and how it was going to happen, just based on who we saw. And I think what it was is that he was just able to draw the energy from people to get them either behind him or with them, right? So in that sense, I could hear you saying that he's a GOAT. I think in this day, you see Chris Jericho evolve through every single thing and is able to put on all sorts of different types of matches. So to say that he's not in your top 15 in top 10 in the past 20 years, I think it's crazy because he's gone through the ages of where you had to be like physically going around and getting people to come watch your show. He's been in an era where he had the big machine pushing him. He's been in an era where he had to take over social media to help get himself over again. So he's done all those things. I think if you go through the generations of things, he's just. I look at Chris Jericho. I'm like, oh, he's the man. I was like, I don't see very many other wrestlers who could do what Jericho does based on social media, just alone.
All right, this or that. What you got for me, Cliff?
Yeah, we're about to get into it again.
Because the man, because I'm gonna get upset. I've been upset all day today.
We've been on that. So
I've been on 12 since like 8 o'clock this morning.
Gotcha. It's Sunday, my dude. Sunday.
Exactly, and that's the crazy part.
So much to the fact that I called Chaz on the way home from practice, and Chaz was like, he was on like 14. Like
I was.
He was so he was already hyped, and then like got pushed over the hype. So let's get.
Now I'm just rethinking that all that like that whole like they were just.
So let's get into this or that. Let's talk about this, right? So I want to talk about, because if you guys know, it is Sunday, and what does that normally mean on Sundays? Well, between
we talk to Jesus.
Between August to February, we talking football. So the GOAT, right? This is what we're going to talk about. Who is the better Canadian football player turned wrestler? We have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Roman Reigns.
The better football player turned wrestler?
Yeah. That's exactly what I want. I don't know if you guys realize that, but both.
No, they both did.
Yeah, I know that, but I never knew about them playing football to really. I always when The Rock is brought into the conversation of when you compare, I always go Rock just because I look at what Rock is now, and you look at he was only wrestling for 7 years, not even a full decade, and just the stardom that man had, and that's just 7 years of being in wrestling, and then to translate that into, the man that runs Hollywood.
Well, I do agree with your sentiment. I did state that has to end at wrestler.
Oh, it has to end at wrestler?
Yeah, it's not like
okay.
Carry this on.
I still say Rock because The Rock was in there 7 years and he was the biggest thing since sliced bread. I feel like yeah. So is Romans.
I feel like they've had the same exact path.
It just Rock only did it. Rock did it in 7. Rock did it in 7 years. And I don't think Rock and y'all were there, when I don't think he had that period. This is 15?
Yeah, this is 15. He just dropped
okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause this conversation as I look at this. Don't pull it down yet, Cliff. I gotta HBK. All right, Flair. Okay, Bruno. Okay, Austin, Hogan. Bleh. Andre. Okay, Rock. Okay, Macho Man. Okay, Steamboat, Dusty, Hitman, Road War.
Road Warriors. We have Piper,
Harley Race, Buddy Rogers. Okay, so here's the thing. Funny thing is, despite my dislike for Hogan, I would leave Hogan in there. I'd take out the Road Warriors.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because like I feel like that's 2 spots because that's tag, But then again, we start getting into.
He even said. So he said, I forgot Cena, right?
Okay, yeah.
Cena in there. Here's the thing. Okay, so while I'm going to keep this list up here for some of you guys. If you guys want to just screen cap this or whatever, do what you do. But debatable with The Rock, Hitman, Road Warriors, and to be real, the other person that I would take out of here is I love him to death, but Hogan. Or not I would say Hogan, but Macho Man. And here's why, right? So Road Warriors, I agree with you. It's a tag team, right? They don't belong. Like they're just. I love the Legion of Doom. I have said this numerous times on this program that they are my favorite tag team all time. No debate, right? Reason why I wouldn't do Hitman, right? He just didn't have the mic work that Chris Jericho has. He is the excellence of execution. There's no doubt about that. But Chris Jericho's mic work, as well as his in-ring skills, clearly put him above what Bret Hart is. Compared to The Rock did his thing in 7 years. You've already established that. But over the long-term time, like Chris Jericho made his debut in the middle of a Rock promo and was instantly put into that thing. And then Macho Man, I love Macho Man, but I just think that versatility wise, I think Chris Jericho is way better than what Macho Man was.
All right, so back to my point on what to call it, Rock. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So I don't think when Rock, right? I don't think he had that period that Roman had before he was tribal chief. Where
Yeah, he did.
did he? He did. Like I said, y'all were there.
Yeah.
Like I said, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all,
Yeah, so that whole Rocky Maivia situation.
before this is before
when
he
he
joined
first
the
joined
nation.
the nation. Yeah, like when
But were
he
they
first
pushing?
showed up.
Were
So
they
when he first
pushing
showed
him
up
though?
at Survivor Series, right?
Uh-huh.
Everybody was like, he got a little bit of cheers, but then it was like they were forcing him
So
down
they
everybody's
okay. That's
throat.
okay. So I wasn't
So
sure of that time period if they were forced if they were
yeah, he
pushing
was
Rock.
being forced as this
Okay,
new
so then I take that. I take that back. I didn't know that he was being
Yeah,
they
so
were
like
forcing Rock at that point in time.
I want to say for the first
See, I thought at the die Rocky
3
died.
years.
Me, I thought that was just because he was a heel.
No, that was
That
go
was the
away.
face.
That was go.
Yeah.
See, okay, now.
Yeah, as a
That's
face
why I
that
got.
started.
Oh, okay. See, I thought
And
that was.
then
I thought he was a heel, and then
Nah,
he
he came
joined
in.
the name.
Yeah,
they
he came in
became
as
then
a
it
baby
went,
face, then he turned heel. They gave him to Ron Simmons so that Ron Simmons can kind of like teach him like how to do his
yeah.
thing. And then like it was because of Rocky's promo. Rocky asked Vince McMahon for like 15 seconds to just kind of say whatever he wanted to say. And so, Vince gave him the okay, and then he went out there and he said, "Hey, for all you people who are saying die, Rocky, die, I need y'all to start referring me to The Rock because The Rock is going to do his thing, and it doesn't matter what you think." And like that's kind of like what just catapulted him. Like the crowd
Yeah.
really booed him, and then he started really getting all that heat. But if you wanted to compare Rock's journey to like anybody, the closest it would be Cena, like and Austin, because Stunning Steve did not get over in
No, he didn't.
WWF until he turned to Stone Cold to Chili McFreeze.
Chili McFree. That's my favorite thing, bro.
That
I'm
was
gonna call a move Chili McFreeze.
I'm gonna lean over best Canadian football player turned pro wrestler. I'm gonna go with Roman. He when he was in Florida, like he did his thing. Then he went to NXT. Obviously, was a champion, was in the Shield, and just was over instantly with the crowd. And then obviously, like he was floundering for a little while, and then like he obviously came back, and we saw him. He's on God mode right now, so I'm gonna lean over that way. And he's been able to do things that Rock was able to do. Like he can walk into an arena and control the emotions of crowds. Like I just think like look back at the Brock Lesnar match this last SummerSlam. I mean, they threw everything and a tractor into that,
Right.
and they had the crowd just eating at the palm of their hands.
That is factual.
I can't look like Roman 10 years ago wouldn't have been that same dude.
No, definitely not.
This Roman right now is equivalent to what I think The Rock was back in 97. Well, I'm sorry, not 97, 99.
I'm gonna go with Roman as well. And it's just because it's a different animal. You know what I mean? Like you said, he controls the room. He's controlling his narrative. He's got everybody eating out of the palm of his hand. Whether you boo him, whether you cheer him, you still acknowledge him. Where it's like I said, it's different. It's different. Now, if Rock had stayed or maybe around maybe a couple more years, then we might be having a different conversation. So yeah, Roman hands down.
I'm alone on this one. That's fine.
And you're not wrong, but
No,
I mean,
you're not wrong. You're not.
but look, let's be real. Let's put this together, right? Let's say he's back to Chris Jericho. Jericho's Appreciation Society legitimately opened AEW by saying AEW Galaxy recognize us. Like, you're literally taking what Roman has been saying for a year, and now you're running with it. Like, and I get that's like in jest, but it's still like it has to be talked about that that's something you did. You legitimately took the tribal chief's opening sentence and like now you're running with it.
That's why he was number one.
Oh, Friday. All right, let's see the comments. Anybody got? Let's see what they said, Rock or Roman. While we wrap things up here, thank you to everybody who has joined us for this debate show. The whole Mafia family is healed in face.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Facts.
Everybody.
So yeah, thank you for those of you who are my PlayStation users. You got a trophy for making it to the end of the podcast. For all of my Xbox users, you get the achievement because I know getting through the 3 Count Podcast debate show is an achievement and or deserves a trophy. So with that being said, if you have not already done so, make sure you follow us here on all of your favorite social media platforms, whether it's the Twitter at 3count_pod, Instagram, TikTok, 3 Count Pod, all one word. Don't you dare type in the THREE. It's the number 3. Same thing with our pro wrestling tees /3 Count Pod. It's the number 3. Like I said, don't you dare type in THREE. So also, if you have not done so, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitch. Make sure you also subscribe to us on all of your favorite podcast platforms, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, podcast.com, wherever you get your podcast jiggy on. Make sure you follow and subscribe to us. Give us a 5-star frog splash review off the top rope on Apple Podcasts. And
Jiggy.
I did just say jiggy. I did. I definitely went back like 30 years just now by saying that.
So I went back and listened to the Fresh Prince.
Yeah, get jiggy with it. No. Anyway,
and that's where we end the show.
That's exactly where we end the show. So, with that being said, I'm your boy, your nephew, your cousin, the Don, Chaz Evans, the Grapple Region's best kept secret, the world's greatest hater, here with the Red Dog, Cliff Miller, and Master Xehanort, the Dark Lord himself, Damian Fatal. Be there for the next episode of the 3 Count Podcast and enjoy it. God darn it. You're just going to listen to the next one and you're going to enjoy it. Okay? That's what's going to happen.
Gonna like it.
Exactly. You're going to like it and you'll subscribe and
stuff.
Tell your friends about it.